On this episode of WOTM's videocast, Educational Programming Chair Meaghan Ziemba chats with Frank Porto, Sales Director of Superior Felt and Filtration in McHenry, Illinois. So Frank, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do at Superior for us and our audience?
Well, great. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Basically, we're a distributor and converter of non-woven medias and wool type felts. We convert and distribute these products that are used in appliance, automotive, medical, aerospace, really all different types of industries.
Okay. And what about the history of the company? How long has it been around for? And when did it get started and who started it? What was their passion and why did they feel like they needed to create the company where it's at today?
Well, great question. I started the company with my two partners, Tom Leinenberg and Joe Leinenberg, in 2001. We worked for another felt and filtration company that for, I guess, combined, we each worked there at least 15 years. We got to know the industry very well. And the company that bought our company was kind of fledgling. And that's when we decided to go out on our own. We actually started a company right after 9/11 in 2001. So we've been in business for close to 19 years now. And, it's what we do. We know how to, it's something we've been doing forever. And so, yeah, we've had great success and, we're real fortunate to be where we're at today.
Was 9/11 sort of an inspiration for you to go into business, or was that just a coincidence?
It was just a coincidence. I actually gave my notice to the other company a week before 9/11. It was pretty scary. Unfortunately for it's a terrific tragedy, obviously, for a lot of people. But really, as you know, after that happened, the economy went down quite a bit. So a lot of suppliers that we knew were really anxious to work with us and give us generous terms, consignment. So from that perspective, having the downfall in the economy and having us emerge, did help us out at that point. Okay.
Well, let's talk about the current situation now of the COVID pandemic. When that first came about, it caused a lot of problems for everyone in a variety of industries. Education-wise, schools were kind of grasping for protocols and processes because this was a situation they've never dealt before. And then with manufacturers, especially, it's difficult to close your doors and shut down operations because that's the main means for us to, make a profit and make revenue. And people need products and people need, materials to build things that we need to live our everyday lives. So in your situation, how did you guys handle the pandemic when it first came about? What sort of challenges did it present to you with the first shutdown that we had?
Yeah, well, pretty interesting. We're a filtration company and we supply a lot of the bacterial viral filters, N95 type components for the N95 masks, surgical hoods, and so on. And we've been through SARS, we've been through H1N1, Ebola, and those are kind of certain strands out there. They weren't as strong as the COVID-19. So our business started getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of activity when it first hit China, with a lot of Chinese suppliers looking for medias and so on. And we actually were able to help them. But when it came to the United States, our business just exploded with the bacterial viral filters, all these components. We've got several government contracts. We were getting calls from the DOD, Johns Hopkins. They knew that we were an integral part of the supply chain to the hospital, seeing that we do supply probably about 70%, maybe more of the world market for bacterial viral filters that are used in the ventilators, in the hospitals. So from that perspective, we got very busy and we were identified as an essential business. So at the same time that we're going through all this, our employees were very nervous. We had to do, send people home to work from home in the office. We had to obviously get involved with the employees wearing face masks, taking temperatures, and keeping a close eye on them, because if we would have went down, it would have been a big problem for the world, because like I said, we were, supplying quite a bit of these ventilator type filters. And, but we kept it going. And that was one of the main, challenges. And with that, we had to add another 50 to 75 people. We had to add a third shift. We had to open up a new facility to deal with the growth, which we're moving in at the end of August. Yeah, we are separating our medical and industrial units just so we can streamline the medical better, and we need more space for more materials and so on. So yeah, that's been the challenges overall for us. Our business, it's the perfect storm for us on that medical side. We're supplying, Spunbond to one of the major players that has a $1 billion mask order from the government over the next 2 years. We're a major supplier to the largest sleep apnea manufacturer that got a government contract to convert their sleep apnea machines over to ventilators. The bacterial viral is, 5 times higher than it was last year. The surgical market as well is very big for us, and that has gotten big as well. So from that perspective, that's how we're dealing with it. We still are running 24/7 to supply these people. Our employees are, really fighting a war for us out there. Taking a lot of risk coming in and out, working closely, but, they're doing the right things at home. And, trying to help out the world is what we're doing right now. So, so that's what we're looking at now.
So when you said that you added a third shift, other manufacturers that I've talked to, they needed to add an extra shift to help with their social distancing. So was your third shift added just so you could keep up with all the incoming orders that you were receiving? Or was it, a way to social distance at the same time? Why was the need for the third shift?
The third shift was to meet the capacity that was being given to us with orders and so on. We had to add the third shift to get out the product faster. We bought additional equipment to, make more product and so on. So we were able to move pretty fast there. But you can imagine it's very difficult to staff a third shift. Not everyone wants to work a third shift. So it took a while to ramp up and get there. But it took us about, 45 days, 60 days to get the third shift in place. But that was certainly a big challenge, but we were able to do it, and it's really helped us get out product faster.
So in terms of your employees, because there are a lot of people out there that, there's two sides, right? There's some people that are tired of COVID and they don't want to wear their masks. And then there's the other side where people are really concerned. For your employees that were concerned, did you provide any sort of incentives or something to help, ease them coming in and having to keep working, having to keep coming in and doing their job? How was that situation handled?
Well, obviously anyone concerned with their health or well-being or someone, their family's well-being, we just said, hey, you can stay at home, don't worry about it. But the majority of the employees, saw that we were doing a good thing, wanted to be part of it, and continued to fight. I mean, anyone that was at risk, we kind of set them whole if they were a little bit older, if they had some underlying underlying problem, we sent them home. Because we didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable here.
And did you have to change any of your strategies and how you make things to keep up with the CDC sanitation suggestions? Like what sort of things did you have to do there?
Oh yeah, we had to put face masks in place. We had to make sure everyone was wearing them. Certain employees couldn't go in the warehouse versus some couldn't come in the office.
Okay.
We put sanitizer everywhere, thermometers, in all different places, and checked everyone's temperature before they came in, and just tried to make them, as comfortable as possible. But other than that, we tried to meet all the requirements as best we could.
Okay, so one of the strategies that WOTM has in place to achieve our mission is to partner with businesses and organizations like yours throughout the state line area to communicate and provide clear career pathways to individuals of all ages. And yes, we favor women of those ages that want to pursue a meaningful and fulfilling career in manufacturing.
Yep.
So with your company, what are some of the opportunities that you're providing, if any, to provide for the surrounding community when it comes to attracting the next generation of manufacturers? Because we can touch on several things like the skills gap and younger generations maybe having this false stereotype of manufacturing where it's dull and dirty and dark. What sort of things are your company doing to help attract the next generation? And maybe you can touch on if you're doing anything in particular to attract women to manufacturing.
Well, great. Yeah, I mean, the number one thing that we're trying to do to attract women or younger people or the next generations is providing a good culture. We want a good culture in our warehouse and our manufacturing areas, and give people opportunity to grow with the company, and try to advance them when we can. I could tell you we have 3 of our lead positions in the manufacturing area are run by women in our company. We have a woman that's in charge of our distribution of our felts. We have women in charge of our shipping, of all our shipping departments. We have women in charge of our quality and white room capabilities. So, that's, we're doing, about, I'm sure, as best we can with a lot of people.
Do you offer any kind of apprenticeships or internships for younger generations that might be interested in manufacturing but don't really know how to get involved with it?
No, that's a good question. We really don't do that. And it's something probably as we're growing. We're a small company. We got, now we got 270 employees. We had 200, before COVID-19. And, we did have a young man from come in and was an apprentice this year, only because with everyone shut down and so on, there really was no apprentice available, for these college kids and so on. We do hire a lot of college kids in the summer. And,
Okay.
They'll work in the warehouse from unloading trucks, working on the equipment. And, hey, that's kind of how I got started. If they take interest in it, they can certainly, continue to come back. And if they're done with college and they want to pursue another level with our company, we certainly offer that. We'd like to see more younger people come into the manufacturing. It's really, it's difficult. You don't see a lot of it these days as much as we saw 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But,
what about community outreach efforts? Do you guys do anything like maybe special events or anything like that to educate the citizens in your surrounding communities of what you guys do? Or do you just kind of focus on?
We've participated in open houses, in the McHenry County area where, other owners and so on would come through our warehouse and look around and people. But other than that, I would say, that's about all we're doing right now.
Okay.
So any suggestions, please let me know.
Absolutely. I feel like we should definitely partner up with you guys. The WOTM should partner up with you because, I mean, we're doing a lot of things to help educate people about manufacturing, and because of COVID, everything is kind of on pause right now, but in the future, we want to put on events and panel discussions with different manufacturing leaders so that we can attract those younger generations and, you know, really hone in on the importance of what manufacturers do, because, you know, the more that we can bring back to the US and the more that we can produce is going to help our overall economy. And I know my daughter, she was interested in it a long time ago, but she's also interested in medicine. So
Sure.
I'm hoping she kind of leans towards manufacturing just because I have a soft spot for it in my heart
Okay.
personally, but we'll see what she decides to do. Well, is there anything else, Frank, that you would like to add to our conversation? Anything that you want to, you know,
No, just,
hit
you
on
know, I
again?
appreciate your time and efforts and having me on today. And, you know, like I said, we're pretty busy here. You know, we're definitely a growing company, and you know, yeah, it'd be nice to partner up with you guys, and you know, as we find, you know, young leaders for our company.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Frank. We really appreciate everything that you're doing, especially with the COVID situation. For me personally, please tell all of your employees too, thank you, because it, you know, it's an unpredictable situation, and we just want everybody to stay safe and healthy. So we appreciate all your hard work that you're doing.
All right. Have a good week. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.